Hello everyone, welcome to Pit Lanes. My name's Rich and today I'm going to be talking about the recently released Renault Clio on iRacing, if you should be considering it, what it drives like, what the racing's been like in it, and what my general thoughts of it are. Now, this is a little tin top car, front wheel drive, and it's just bundles of fun. I've raced the one on rFactor 2 a lot back in the day, and I was really looking forward to this release on iRacing. I'm a huge fan of like underpowered spec series because I feel like they create the largest skill gap, and also they improve you as a driver because it really makes you think about what you're doing. So the little Clio doesn't have all the power in the world, and it also doesn't have ABS or traction control. So recently I've been driving a lot of GT cars with some ABS and traction control, and it's taken me a little while to get my head around the braking. I just kept locking up, the fronts especially, on this Clio around Spa currently on iRacing. And I have to say, once I got used to the braking, I really got a grip for the car in general. Now, what I will say about it is that if you go into hot to a corner, it understeers in a safe manner, and you will run wide, but to me, understeer is always safer than oversteer because it gives you a chance to slow down and gather it up. But there is still that front wheel drive lift off oversteer if you're really pushing it, and the rear can come out and start rotating the car. But then that can be gathered up with the understeer previously mentioned. So it is a little bit of a balancing act. And when you get the tyre into that sort of operating window where you're in between that under and oversteer, there's just bags of grip with this little Clio. And I have to say, I'm a really big fan of it because I think it teaches you the fundamentals really well. Slow in, fast out really works with this because obviously in the lower powered cars, you can't be forgiven for maybe messing up a corner, because if you do, then you're missing out on top speed all the way down the straight sort of thing that's after a corner. So you really have to think about lines, you have to think about braking points, and maybe compromise corners so that you're getting better drive off a following corner and things like this. And in that respect, I have to really recommend the Renault Clio. If you're someone getting into sim racing or into iRacing, I think it's a really good sort of starting point, because it really will teach you those fundamentals which will follow on, much like other cars do. Now, I've recently been enjoying the Toyota GR86, and for me, this is a better racing car. I've had some brilliant door-to-door racing, but I always find the Toyota GR86 very soft, and also it just bounces a lot, and it's not really for me, if I'm quite honest, and I don't like the traction control getting involved sometimes with it and things like that. So the Clio is a raw, fun, great little car that produces the skill gap where if you're literally seconds behind someone, you can be pretty sure it is just feel and touch with the tyre model and the car physics and getting that car around. And once you get your mind around that, it's so rewarding. Really driving off the exit of corners and things. So I would recommend this a lot. I really would. I think it's a solid addition to the iRacing service, and I've had about 4 races with it now, I think, and each one has been really fun, quite honestly, and surprisingly clean for week 13. So for me, if you're into single sort of make spec series and you like that slower form of racing where racecraft really is king, where you're thinking about your own lines and things like this, then it's a firm purchase for me. I'd love to know what you guys think about it down in the comments below, and please do make sure you've liked the video and subscribed down below too. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.